We're SHAE District, and our new single, I Found God, is out now everywhere. Go stream it. Here's the story behind the song. Andrew was actually the one who kicked the song off, so I'll let him take it away.
Yeah, so I was in a phase of really loving the intricacies of Max Cooper's chord progressions, particularly the song Repetition really inspired the initial creative push into just playing around with different chord modulations that didn't really make a whole lot of sense, but really sounded good together when all the chords kind of came back around. So it was really just me experimenting around in MIDI and trying to make something that kind of didn't make sense, but still sounded good. So that's how the initial idea came out, and it kind of sat for a second until Deb was able to open up the project, and I'll let him talk a little bit about how he took it over.
I'm curious, Steve, did you do the chords first then?
Chords are the first thing.
First thing. Yeah. Okay. That's funny too, because when I heard the song, the part that I was hooked on was the drums. I thought the drums were so smacking, and and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And you're like, yeah, the chords, right? I'm like, what? No, I'm talking about the drums. But no, the chords were really amazing too. Yeah, we started this track a while back. I don't really remember what was going on in our lives at the time, but I just remember that week I had the opportunity to go out, but I was like, nah, I think I had just come back from traveling too, and I was like, I'm gonna stay home. So I decided to open that song up, and one of the first things I usually do is kind of start, at least especially if I'm concerned about writing the lyrics out, is structuring the song out, so that way I can kind of get a flow for oh, here's verse, here's chorus. But this one, I think I kind of went almost right into the hook. And originally the lyrics were supposed to be, it's been way too long, it's been years since I found ground. Meaning it's just implying that this person's been off on this journey for so long that they just haven't been grounded. I was slurring the words so much that it sounded like I was saying, I found God. And then the rest of the lyrics actually just got built around that. It's been way too long, it's been years since I found God. I put in the hook, structured out a little bit further, and I think maybe the melody for the verse might have been there, but the lyrics definitely weren't yet. And that's when I remember I was super excited. I texted Drew and I was like, dude, when you get home, you got to sit down on the Ableton project. I think we finally hit something here. And what got me really excited is that it's a sound that we had been trying to go for a while, where it's spatial enough where you can put in vocals, put in lyrics, but still have it be dance music. You want to pick up from here, or?
Yeah, so I got home and reopened the project file and just immediately got really excited about where I saw this track going. It went from this oh, there's a cool idea here, to Deb really fleshing out some really powerful direction for the song. And some of our tracks have really taken a long time to evolve and gone through tons of different iterations, and this was one that kind of off of just the initial demo and then Deb's first session was really far along in how it sounded overall compared to the finished track. There were a lot of new ideas that came in with the bridge and different little bass line ideas, but the core of the song was formed really, really quickly. Which was a really good sign for us at the time, because there had been so many things that we were kind of unsure about in our production at the time, and this was just spoke for itself that it was the right way that the track needed to be really early on. And it was really easy to finish the rest of the track because it kind of just finished itself in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. The lyrics. Should we go over that?
Yeah.
So first things first, neither Drew or I are particularly religious, and we've been asked a lot of questions about that with the title of the song. I'd mentioned a second ago that the choice of using even the word God was actually just coincidental, because I was just pronouncing ground wrong. But we did end up basing the entire lyrics off of that. And so the entire first verse is just talking about, this is from a lot of personal experience as well, but just here's this person living the life of really someone else's ideals. And, you know, it says like, I needed to fall. And it's just like, you know, every once in a while you have an event happen in your life that puts you at rock bottom. And from there, you kind of decide which way to go. And so, I mean, to me, the lyrics are about this person that started at the bottom, had this vision, something they want to do, and they're going forward with that, and they've just been on this journey, and they're just kind of lost in the journey. In the second verse, how it talks about all the different lines, that's essentially just like the different life paths you can take, and just wanted to see something to the end, you know? So it's been way too long, it's been years since I found God. If I go back now, I won't see how this can go wrong. I was just talking about, if you don't see something to the end, if you don't see something to the end, then you're never really gonna know whether it could have worked out or not. And so it's about that journey, you know? And I feel like many creatives, entrepreneurs, a lot of people who are just searching for something can kind of relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it felt really natural to use the whole concept of what God might mean to so many different people in a way that was metaphoric to the whole concept of like realizing things about yourself through these like pivotal moments in life. And having some really close friends of ours who do practice religion very strongly, it felt like a really good analogy that we could kind of like encompass this just life struggle and transformational concept about those pivotal points in life, using the concept of God.
That's really all I have to say about it.
For SHAE District, y'all, I Found God's out now everywhere. Go take a listen. Peace.